Hello there, and thanks for visiting the Villa Varykino YouTube channel. I'm Kristy.
And I'm Matt.
We're long-standing Star Wars fans who live and breathe Star Wars every day.
Welcome to another installment of our Week of Star Wars, a series recapping the Star Wars fun we've had during the past week. To get the ball rolling, let's talk about last week's episode of The Acolyte. That is episode 4, entitled Day. We know that another episode has come out today, but to avoid spoilers for those who haven't got around to seeing it yet, we'll reflect on the previous week's episode.
This was one of the shorter episodes, and because it ended on an abrupt cliffhanger, it felt even sort of shorter. I didn't feel the ending sort of being led up at the end of the episode. It was kind of a bit abrupt. Definitely one of those episodes that really made me wish that Disney dropped all of the episodes all at once, Netflix style. It was such a long, arduous wait to see the next episode, to see how this was going to continue on.
Yeah, it does almost seem like kind of an old school format to make you wait from week to week when those cliffhangers have such an impact on you. But that is the way it is. We're not going to complain about the format too much. We will watch it again once it's all completed in a binge manner. But for now, we're going to have to wait week to week to see how things pan out. So this episode saw two groups of people, two groups of individuals with competing interests on the planet that Kalnaka the Wookiee is currently residing on. We've basically got May and Khmer hunting Kalnaka the Wookiee, while a large team of Jedi are trying to get to him first to warn him effectively.
If you had seen any of the trailers, you could see some of that same vegetation, the same forest. We were definitely going to see a red lightsaber on this planet, which of course was very exciting. We were finally going to see a large lightsaber combat scene, but this was where the cliffhanger cut it short. It was really sort of such a build-up where we were finally going to get to see the mysterious dark side user in a little bit more than just those few little glimpses we'd seen in earlier episodes, and then we had to wait a week to see this continue.
Yeah, a couple of points. That sinister helmet is really growing on me. It's really starting to grow on me, so it was really interesting to see that finally introduced in this manner up close and personal, so to speak. And even though a few things started to really tick along and build up here, we are still left really wondering what the true story is, how all the pieces are going to fit together, and I don't think we're going to see that resolved for a little while just yet anyway.
As collectors, I am eagerly awaiting when the merchandise for the series is finally going to hit store shelves here in New Zealand. We know that Hasbro has previewed some of the action figures of some of the main Jedi characters from the show. I'm hoping we start to see a little bit more coming through very soon. I'm very keen to add those ones to my collection.
Yes, if expected release dates are to be believed, and that's not always true down here in New Zealand, we should be starting to see some product hit shelves within a week or so. Speaking of seeing new product on store shelves, we had a little bit of a lighter week in terms of Star Wars purchases, but we did get our hands on a relatively new vintage collection action figure that we were quite happy to grab. Specifically, the Mines of Mandalorian Din Djarin. This is the version that comes with his Darksaber and a few other minor armor variations. He's quite similar to a few of the previous releases. So when we do open him up shortly, we will be comparing him to the other versions of the Mandalorian in the vintage collection that we have on hand.
This is from a wave or two back a little bit, because we had the more recent wave that included the characters from A New Hope. We had sort of lost hope that this wave would actually hit store shelves for us here in New Zealand. So we were very surprised when this wave did actually show up. There are a couple of other figures from this particular assortment that we still got to hunt down. Somebody got to the store shelf stock before us for this particular wave. So we'll be hunting the other figures from this wave, including Axe Woves and Mandalorian Fleet Commander. Hopefully we'll find those in the coming week.
Last week we talked about meeting Boba Fett actor Temuera Morrison at our local Armageddon Expo convention, and that marked the start of a celebration unboxing Boba Fett collectibles.
We had a lot of fun digging through our storage boxes of unopened Star Wars collectibles to pick out the Boba Fett collectibles that we still had in their boxes, specifically the versions played by Temuera in the Mandalorian series and the Book of Boba Fett series.
So the Boba Fett collectibles that we uploaded as videos to our YouTube channel included the Black Series, the Mandalorian Boba Fett re-armored helmet. We also took the opportunity to compare this to an earlier version of Boba Fett's helmet in the same scale from Hasbro. I really like these Black Series helmets. We're both big fans of the line in general, and this re-armored version of Boba Fett's helmet is a fantastic piece. It really does capture his new character, his new likeness as seen in the Disney Plus series. From the vintage collection, we opened up the Book of Boba Fett version of Boba Fett as seen on Tatooine. This was a deluxe figure which came in a blind box, so we were very keen to see all the components that came with that. From the Black Series, we opened up the Tython Jedi Ruins version of Boba Fett as seen in The Mandalorian when he first puts his armor back on after getting it back from Din Djarin. I really like this version of his armor, and it's great to see it in the Black Series scale.
And we also opened up 3 different Funko Pop vinyl figures of Boba Fett. The first of which was the really cool deluxe throne scene that also has Fennec Shand in it. I absolutely love seeing Boba Fett on his daimyo throne. I thought this one was an absolutely fantastic Funko scene. Really great to see that out of the box. And I also opened up Funko 480. This is from the Book of Boba Fett series. I really like the pose of this one and the details. He's got 2 blasters out, looks really cool. And lastly, Funko 490. This one is from the Mandalorian series. This is a special edition figure where we have Boba Fett with his iconic helmet off, and we can see some of that Sarlacc pit scarring there on his face. Really interesting to have a version of Boba Fett in the Funko line without his iconic helmet. So that wraps up our week of exclusively featuring Boba Fett in our Star Wars unboxings. We do have a couple more Boba Fett things that we didn't get around to unboxing this past week, so those will be coming up in the next week. But we've also got some other recent acquisitions, like that fabulous Luke X-Wing pilot figure from the recent vintage collection wave. Really keen to open that one up. And of course that Mines of Mandalore Mandalorian as well. It's been a little while since I've opened up a Mandalorian figure, so very keen to get that one off the backing card.
So on that note, thanks for listening to another episode of Our Week of Star Wars. We appreciate you taking your time to listen to us.
And stay tuned for another episode next week. And as always, may the Force be with you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, check out our other videos, and subscribe for alerts about new uploads. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.